flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. I have to tell you guys a little story real quick. When I was in school, when they gave us the Pledge of Allegiance, they taught us there was no comma before under God, and we weren't supposed to pause right there. And so, but it's a common practice, so now every time I think about it, every time we're saying the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, so a nice, normal agenda today. And Clerk Newbold, are there any additions or changes to the agenda?
Madam Chair, Trustees, Superintendent Bubb, I will attach all documents. I've only received one addition, so
Okay.
as far as patron comments. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. All right. Then, Mr. Heller, I believe you're up first. Welcome.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Trustees, Dr. Bubb. Tonight, I have the privilege of bringing forward two individuals for the roles of Chief Academic Officer and Chief Operations Officer. These are in many ways two new roles. They replace the positions of Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning and Assistant Superintendent of Operations as part of our new organizational structure. I want to thank the executive team for their efforts in screening and interviewing our candidates, and Chairwoman Johnson for her participation in the interview process for the Chief Operations Officer position. I also want to take just a moment and recognize and thank Mr. Joe Yoakum, our retiring Assistant Superintendent of Operations. He is finishing his 30th year in education, all within the West Ada School District. Joe has served in a variety of capacities, from teacher, assistant principal, principal, region director, a short-term interim superintendent role, and assistant superintendent of operations. I have been personally and professionally impacted by Joe and his leadership, and I have nothing but respect and admiration for him. Joe will be with us through August, helping with the transition and helping to get Owyhee High School and all those details wrapped up before he moves on to spending more time with his two boys and his wife. So now to the recommendations. For the role of Chief Academic Officer, it is my pleasure to recommend to you Marcus Myers, who currently serves as our East Region Director. Anyone who knows Marcus and his knowledge, passion, and vision for academic leadership will tell you that he is the right person for this role. Marcus is here tonight, and I would like to invite him forward to make a few remarks and then to answer any questions from the trustees.
Welcome.
Thank you. Well, good evening, Chairwoman Johnson, trustees, and Superintendent Dr. Bubb. I am honored and grateful to be a part of a team in West Ada because we hold true to an inner compass and moral imperative where student learning, as defined by our career and college success, is center point to every decision, initiative, and allocation of resource. Our people are truly our greatest resource, and it is our goal through purposeful alignment of all of our actions that every stakeholder can articulate, act upon, and measure the impact of their own role, and together our role in ensuring the academic achievement of all of our students and the professional capacity of our educators. As Chief Academic Officer, thank you for trusting me to relentlessly lead our teams, to interdependently laser focus on common goals by which we hold all of us, each other, mutually accountable in meeting. I'm humbled, excited, look forward to continue the journey of what has been and what will continue to be and what we will grow upon to become even greater, celebrating the successes of our learners and the strength of our West Ada community. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you. Is there any questions or comments? Somebody's red light has to go on before they can talk. Trustee Kofelt.
Mr. Myers, congratulations. You know, I truly believe, and it's been my experience, that the success of an organization is truly having people in the right place, and I'm excited for this leadership team, and I look forward to the great things and working with you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and Mr.
Trustee
Myers,
Kloppenstein.
thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate that. Mr. Myers, I just want to say congratulations. It's just the right person for the right job. It's an amazing, what you've done over the past few years has been amazing, and we're looking forward to see what you do next. Thank you.
Thank you.
The ladies are quiet. Well, we give you all your kudos on the side. No, Marcus, thank you very much for taking the next leap for us. And we're looking forward to tomorrow and the next day and a whole bunch of days after that. So thank you very much.
I am as well. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, we got to approve it first, but.
Okay, Madam Chair, trustees, Dr. Bubb, for the role of Chief Operations Officer, it is my pleasure to recommend Jonathan Gillen, who currently serves as our Chief Financial Officer. Jonathan will maintain the oversight of the financial side of our district while ensuring that all aspects of our operations are aligned with the academic goals of the district. You all know Jonathan, you know what he's all about, but he's here tonight to make a few statements and then answer any questions you may have. So Jonathan, come on up.
I always feel like we should clap at this point, like you're taking, yeah. Welcome. Marcus, that was for you too.
Chair, trustees, Dr. Bubb. I have a PowerPoint if I have it. No, I'm just kidding. So I really don't have a lot to share other than to say I'm very excited at this opportunity. I came to this district because it was a place where I heard our focus is on kids. And so I think I've had the opportunity to do that with the finance side. I'll still continue to do that and hopefully expand it as I look into this role as operations. And so thank you for the opportunity. And I'm excited about what we can do ahead to help our kiddos. Thank you.
Thanks. I just knew that these guys were going to.
Why do they all look at me? I don't understand this. No, I just like to congratulate you also. And like I said to Marcus, I'm excited for the opportunity to work with this leadership team, and I'm looking forward to great things. And, when I first saw your name, I was a little concerned that we weren't going to get to see the PowerPoints on the finances anymore, but I'm glad to know that we'll still get that privilege.
You'll still get those. No worries.
I can't even think of a good response for that one. I'm just going to go with Trustee Kloppenstein. Do you want to say?
Jonathan, I just want to say congratulations. This is amazing. What you've done over the past few years, with between just all the finances and the craziness there, but also advocating for our kids with the legislature and making connections. You've blown me away for sure. So I'm really excited to see what you do next. Okay,
Thank you. I'm good to go. Thank you.
Congratulations. So, all right. Mr. Heller, did you want any closing remarks, or are you good? All right. By the way, I feel like we have to at least say very nice haircut. It's looking good. All right. So next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. And any motions? Trustee Kloppenstein.
Madam Chair, I would move that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Thank you. It's been moved that we approve the consent agenda. Is there a second? I'll second. It's been moved and seconded by Trustee Buffy that we approve the consent agenda as submitted. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Chair votes aye. Motion carries 5-0. Now, for real, congratulations. All right, great. Ms. Bendorf, we're up for revised policy 603.22, Advanced Opportunities Program. And this is the third reading. Oh, Dustin, you're up.
I was still congratulating Mark.
You've got the long congratulations, like the parade wave, or what? How's that work?
No, I was getting his attention. All right, so Kylie couldn't be with us this afternoon or this evening, so unfortunately you get me. But this is just the update, third reading, Advanced Opportunities Program, Policy 603.22. There were absolutely no changes or amendments from the last time, from second reading. So I will just stand for any questions that you may have.
Is there any questions? I believe there's no you said there's no changes from last time.
There was absolutely no changes from second reading. There were no recommendations.
Great. Thanks for coming for that.
Thank you all.
Next item is new policy 504.92, suicide prevention. Don Tolan, or Mr. Heller.
You get me. I'm just a little bit taller than Dawn. Same as the last policy that was up, suicide prevention 504.92. This is the third reading, and there are no changes from the second reading, so I will stand for questions.
Great. Is there any questions or discussion?
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great. I'm going to move to the next one then, which is policy 602.80, and that is the third reading of the school counseling program. And again, no changes from the second reading.
Is there any discussion or questions? All right. I know Mr. Stans is going to get something, so.
Maybe about skateboarding.
Yeah, I think so. So last policy up on the agenda is revised policy 504.40, self-transportation by students. And this is the second reading with Mr. Stans.
Good evening, Madam Chair, trustees, and Superintendent Dr. Bubb. So I made a few minor changes based on the feedback that you provided back in June, and I'll stand for any questions that you might have.
Is there any questions or discussion? You guys are making this really easy tonight. This would be the fastest meeting ever in person if we finish where I think we're going. All right. That you lucked out today on that one. I
Thank
feel
you.
like you should go buy a lotto ticket.
I just might. Thank you.
All right. All right. We've moved through the discussion section, and now we've got 3 policies up for action. So entertain a motion on revised policy 603.22, the Advanced Opportunities Program policy. Is there a motion? Trustee Ozuna.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the revised policy 603.22 Advanced Opportunities Program.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been moved by Trustee Ozuna and seconded by Trustee Buffy that we approve revised policy 603.22 Advanced Opportunities Program. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries 5-0. Next item up is the new policy 504.92, the suicide prevention policy. Entertain a motion. Trustee Buffy.
Madam Chair, I would move that we approve new policy 504.92, suicide prevention.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Trustee Buffy and seconded by Trustee Kloppenstein that we approve new policy 504.92, suicide prevention. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. Motion carries 5-0. Last item on the action items are the revised policy 602.80, school counseling programs. Is there, entertain any motions? Trustee Kofelt.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve revised policy 602.80, school counseling programs.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
I was going to say, you actually have to say second before. It's been moved and seconded that we approve revised policy 602.80, school counseling programs. Moved by Trustee Kofelt and seconded by Trustee Ozuna. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries 5-0. We have on the agenda future agenda items, and this is just an option for any requests for certain items to be on the agenda. I would say we're going to have a little discussion on this tomorrow in our board retreat. So, but if we want to add some things right now, that's also the opportunity. Nothing? All right. Great. Before we close it up, can I think I can just do this, and you tell me if I can't, Sherry. This is Dr. Bubb's first meeting, right? So I think first things first, let's just thanks for taking the job. And we usually used to have a superintendent's report, and we don't have it on the agenda, but can we just have an open discussion real quick where he gives us a little info around what he's been doing in the first couple weeks?
Yes, we certainly can.
Thank you. Your floor is yours.
Well, first of all, I appreciate just having the opportunity to lead the district and be a part of this community. It has been a hectic few weeks, maybe few months, we'll call it, just trying to make the transition. As I said in my statement that went out to the community, I'm just thankful for Dr. Reynolds and her leadership and just helping me transition into this new position. But I'm really looking forward to just getting my feet wet and planning for the fall and working with our executive team, kind of moving some things around structurally as far as the way the organization works here at the district office, and taking time to listen to our patrons, listen to our students, listen to our community, and work with all of our stakeholders to make sure that when we hit the fall that we continue to move this district in a great direction, and I'm confident that's where we're going.
Thank you. I feel it appropriate to tell a little story right now. And this is just a kind of it's a positive story in the right direction. Not that we weren't in a good direction already, but just I love the enthusiasm. So we had a little bit, I think all of us got an email from a patron, a parent who had seen a West Ada School District vehicle speeding through their subdivision. And they let us all know about it, which we really appreciated. Derek went the extra mile, Dr. Bubb, Superintendent Bubb, took the extra mile though and actually picked up the phone and called that parent and let him know that we were figuring out what had happened there, working with our staff, make sure we follow the appropriate safety protocols. But I think the response was, oh my gosh, I never expected you to call me. And I think that level of service and that change in our patron interactions is just something we're all really excited about. So I wanted to recognize that and appreciate the team, because I think there's a lot of team behind you that support that mantra and where we're going. And well, this will be fun. So thank you. With that, I guess I would, if there's anything else, I just felt like we should go a little longer than 17 minutes. So, but we can go for adjournment. I need some motions for that though.
I would move that we adjourn.
Thank you. Is there a second? All right, it's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries. We're adjourned.